Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I wanted to do a little bit of like cheap versus expensive dupes for expensive products. So I did this a while back with my brother on our joint channel. We kind of did an experiment to see if cheaper was better than expensive and vice versa. And I've also seen Soph recently, Soph Does Life, do some of these videos, and I thought, what a great idea. The only difference is I kind of want to dupe what I have already and see if some of these expensive products are really worth it. Just before we get into that today, if this is your first time here on my channel, hi, my name is Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube and also in real life, and it's my goal to help you become a pro yourself or just someone who's really good at makeup. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please do consider subscribing. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and what else? That's pretty much it. Listen, if I look wet today, it's because I am sweating. It is so hot again for no reason. So just before we get into these products, a lot of these I have used already, but I've never used them in comparison with another. So it'll be really interesting to see how they work. So talking of that, let's start with our first product. This is the Chantecaille Future Skin Cushion, and it says skincare foundation on the back. So I have used this before and I really liked it. Price. Now, when I put this in a basket with a few other products, and I wanted to try this brand anyway, because I used it was like a gel bronzer that they made, and I've used gel bronzers before and it was so horrible, and I used this one and it was so incredible. I was like, I need to try more, and I actually love this foundation. But when I added it to the basket, I was just doing a normal shop and I was like, oh shit, I spent too much money again, not realizing just how pricey this foundation was. So this is, Jesus, £120. I think that's about $128. I'll leave it on the screen. And it's a cushion foundation, so it comes with a cushion. You can see it's been used, and this is it inside. So let's just do it. We're going to say expensive is on the scar side, more affordable is going to be on the non-scar side. So I'm just going to go ahead. Now, what I really liked about this foundation was it was a good coverage. It left my skin looking like real skin. So in turn, it wasn't too heavy. It didn't feel like foundation on my skin. And you know something, sometimes I find with higher end products, more luxury items, that they are quite heavily fragranced. I don't know why. Anything I've had that's a little bit more affordable has kind of like a very floral fragrance to it. Whereas this, it doesn't really have a smell. And within that price as well, here's what I'm thinking about a foundation, because it actually came with a refill. So whatever half of 120 is, that's how much a foundation is, I'm guessing. So you're paying for the compact and 2 refills. But I mean, just look how lightweight that is. It doesn't look like I'm wearing foundation. Obviously, compared to the other side, it does. But look how smooth it is on the skin. So although technically I bought this by accident, like I wanted it, but without looking at my price, I think I would pay this again for this foundation. I'm just so impressed, and it's so rare to find a cushion compact that is my skin tone, that is a good one, that I like. So let's go on to the more affordable side, which I don't really think is so much affordable, but it's not as expensive as the Chantecaille one, and this is the M Cosmetics Daydream Cushion. So this is $30 US. They don't sell it in the UK yet, so there's no pound comparison. Now again, I did use this one before, and I did really like it as well. I actually used it so long ago, I can't remember what it was I liked about it. Now, there is SPF in this one. I can't quite remember if there was SPF in the Chantecaille one. I'll put that up on the screen. So you can kind of slightly smell. It does have an SPF smell, if you know what I mean. But it's not bad at all. I wouldn't say it was a fragrance. It just has a bit of a tiny smell to it. Okay, so I'll be honest, I can't see much of a difference at all. The only thing I am seeing is that the M Cosmetics one is maybe slightly more coverage. It seems on the skin, where the Chantecaille one, I can kind of see my skin through it. The Chantecaille one looks more like skin. The M Cosmetics one looks definitely more like foundation. So I actually think maybe these two aren't comparable in that case in terms of finish. They're both really nice. I'm gonna have to leave them on the skin and see which one I prefer, because at the moment I don't have a winner for either one. Yeah. Okay, concealer. So let's start with the Pat McGrath concealer. Actually, I want to start with a cheaper one this time. And I want to go to Primark. And some of you may have seen this. This concealer is 90 pence. And let me tell you, I have used this concealer many times, and this is the second one I have owned, yeah? What I really like about this concealer, right, is it looks really smooth on the skin. When you think of a concealer, you think full coverage, really heavy, really thick. But this concealer, in a way, kind of has a glow to it. I'm going to do a little bit... I do have to admit, I wish this was more like an old-fashioned lipstick shape. Because trying to get right into my crease up here, that area up there is a little bit difficult. Okay. Honestly, I love this concealer. I think it's so nice. You'll see when I blend it in. I just love this concealer. It's highlighted around my eye area without being too over the top. And even better, it looks like skin. Look, it looks like it has like a really natural shine to it. Let's do a little bit more. Let's build up that coverage. Maybe in areas my eyes tend to look quite sunken. It's almost like, you know, like how foundations have like a CC cream and it's like that lightweight but good coverage. It's almost like the concealer counterpart, you know? Okay, let's stick on some Pat McGrath Labs. So, expensive Pat McGrath. This is £25 and I do like this. I think it's nice. I did it wrong side, didn't I? Shit. Now, I know this one kind of like a little goes a long way, so I'm not going to put as much on as I did with the Primark one. Which is good news, because for a foundation that's a little bit pricier, you don't want to have to use loads and use it up too quick, you know? So we have Primark this side, Pat McGrath this side. What do you think? Do you think there's a difference? Dare I say, if I built up the cheap one a little bit more, I think I would have a similar coverage. Ooh, I don't know. Let me know what you think though. Okay, so I did that the wrong side. Good news. So the Primark one kind of has more of a shine to it. I think that's why on camera it looks like it's the Pat McGrath one has covered a bit more, because the Pat McGrath one is more matte. And on this monitor and with this lighting, matte makes everything look completely smooth, whereas I do have a kind of equal coverage. I mean, okay, the Pat McGrath one is probably a little bit better. Okay, that's another like, oh, I don't know what to think. Let's go on with eyes. And for our more expensive side, we are going to go for a Viseart palette. Now, if you've never used Viseart before, I absolutely love this brand. I have their big palettes in my professional kit. And one thing I really like about them is that the eyeshadows come out. They're all magnetic in these palettes and in the bigger ones. So you can kind of customize and take what you need. They are very pricey, but I do really like them. This is £39. It's quite small. And to go against that, I guess, on the more affordable side, we have some palettes from Colourpop. These are about £14. I know I really like Colourpop. I know I really like Viseart. The colours aren't going to be exactly the same. I've tried my best to get some, but I couldn't find a colour like this. Oh my god, that looks completely different on camera. It's like a hot Barbie pink in real life. Oh, there you go. So yeah, let's see. Let's do the expensive side first, which is my scar side. And you know it has to be purple, right? I'm going to go in with this kind of like lilac shade here. Also, in terms of eye primer, I've primed my eyes and everything like that. I've never found a high-end primer that I really like. I've actually thrown some away because I really didn't like them. So if anybody knows any that they really like, I didn't like the Viseart primer. To be honest with you, I found it like too much. too much prime. Let me know. Now here's why I really like this brand, because it goes on so incredibly smoothly, but also so packed with pigment and color. You really don't need to use that much to get a huge color payoff. I love it so much. Have I shown off this mirror yet? Ooh, it's huge. So many fingerprints. I love this. I will leave a link to the Etsy shop and Instagram below for you. Okay, so let's match this up as best as we can. I really don't think the colours are gonna do very well or match very well with our Colourpop palettes. So I am using a mix. I'm using It's My Pleasure. Is that what it's called? Yeah, pressed powder palette. I'm using their Fine Feathered palette, which has these shades in, and the Lilac You A Lot palette, which has all these shades. Again, all of this will be linked below, and I do have a discount code for Colourpop. I believe it's Robert10 or Robert. Again, it's all below. All my discount codes are below for you. Okay, let's try and do this. I want to get as close as I can with the shades. So we'll go for Zoned Out, which is, I keep forgetting to show the shades on camera, but we'll go for Zoned Out to kind of match the first tone. That's not a bad match, actually. We'll go for Earthshine, which is this middle tone. It seems to be the closest one we use to one on the other side. The other day on Twitter, I said I don't understand the mirrors in these eyeshadow palettes, but like I literally just got it. I actually might mix the two. I'm going to mix these two together to try and achieve the same look. Okay, we're definitely going to have to darken it up quite a bit. See, this is the trouble I have sometimes with more affordable products, is when you try and layer these eyeshadows, they don't layer quite as well as maybe one that's a little bit more expensive. They tend to get like a tiny bit patchy. The shades on this side as well are more bluey purple, whereas these are a bit more pinky purple, which, you know, don't mind. Every purple's okay. See, the dark purple in this is almost like that deep, like black purple. Oh, and that's not me commenting on the product, that's me commenting on my shade choice. You can just see on this side as well, the fade really literally quite blends and fades out, whereas this side I'm having to work a little bit more. When I first started doing makeup, I would never use drugstore, and this is the main reason. I think I've kind of got used to drugstore a little bit more. Okay, so it's not, well, I guess it is crazy different. I was definitely able to create more of like an all-round look with the one palette than I was with 3 different palettes. So the darkest it goes in this palette is the darkest shade I've used on this side, which actually isn't very dark. I do prefer the high-end side in this case. I just think it's such an incredible brand, incredible texture. Yeah, okay, what do we move on to? Okay, next up we have powder. Now, one of these powders is only meant for under the eyes, but I use it everywhere because I really like it. And the other one I believe is also made for everywhere. So let's start with the high-end side, and this is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. This is the shade Light. I actually got medium, and it was a weird in-between, so I sticked with a shade Light because it's actually just kind of invisible. So I actually really like this one. Okay, let's watch my under eye, and this is working because of the lights here, but you see this kind of like dip and this kind of like detailing there. It really does blur. See? Not completely, like you can still see, but it really does have that blurring effect. Look how great that looks on camera. In real life, yeah, it does. Not quite as effective as it does on camera, but you know how much I hate baking. This is a really smooth alternative. This is £24. And on the more affordable side, we have a NYX HD finishing powder. I used this before and I really, really liked it. So this is a different value on a few websites. It's kind of averaging around £9, £5 to £9. This side. And let's see if we can get the same results. So the reason I'm tucking it down my nose here as well is because I have quite big folds. You see, like this. And there's this blurs it a little bit. I think it does the same thing. I think it does exactly the same thing, don't you think? They look the same. Am I wrong? I prefer the NYX side, actually. I prefer this side. Close up, this looks actually smooth. A lot smoother in real life. This side, it looks a bit textured, like quite a bit textured. Yes. Yeah, I prefer the NYX side, definitely. Okay, let's move on to bronzer. We have, in its own private bag, we have the Gucci bronzing powder, looking very expensive. The fuck do you open it? Oh, like a normal bronzer. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's a brush underneath. I didn't realise. I hate these brushes, so I won't be using that. This is £46, which, to be fair, isn't far off most blushes and bronzer prices on the market nowadays. Some are about £30, so yeah. Oh my god, there is a lot of fallout. I don't know if you can see. Look at all that powder coming up. And I'm very light-handed. That is a lot, and it keeps going. That's a lot of wasted product. Oh, I hate that so much. Oh, I really hate that. It doesn't blend very well on the skin. You can see where I applied my brush. It really sits. Okay, let's compare it to Beauty Bay's bronzer. This is £6, so this is the shade Donut, and I tried to get a shade that's very similar to the Gucci one. Definitely not as much fallout as the Gucci one. This is much better. Looks a lot smoother. Looks like it's part of my skin. Looks a lot softer. The only way I can describe the texture of this Gucci one is stubborn. It's like it stains and doesn't move. I don't like this at all. Let me know what you think. I hate this so much. It just does not, like, it doesn't budge. Look, it's like, no, I'm gonna just stay here if that's okay. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. Okay, let's move on to blush. So for our expensive side, we're gonna go for another product that comes in its own little bag, and this is from Dior. Now I've tried the two off those, you know, the ones everyone was using, but I wanted to try another one of their blushes and just see how it was. And this, oh, that's that. I wasn't going to use that brush anyway. This is the Rouge Blush in the shade 136 Delicate Matte. I don't know how to read these things. Yes, and that is £36. That is £36 for this one. And for our more affordable side, we have a Sigma palette, the Cor de Rosa blush palette, and this is £30 for the whole palette. We're going to be using this shade up here, Coral Dawn, because it's the closest I can find to that shade. So for one of these, you can pretty much get a whole palette. Just trying to even out this horrible Gucci bronzer. It's a shame because I like Gucci usually. You know, I kind of want to get another shade in that Gucci bronzer, but I don't want to risk it. Just the way it just sits on the skin is terrible. It baffles me. I had to go into that one color quite a few times to even build it up this much. Let's go in with our Sigma palette into Coral Dawn. That is one swipe, and you can see all that pigment coming off. Done already. I prefer the Sigma side. How are you going to charge me that much for a blush and give me zero pigment? Messy, right? That bronzer fucked everything up. Okay, let's move on to highlighter. So for the affordable side, we're using Max Factor Miracle Sculpting Wand highlighter. I can't find this online. Is it discontinued? I found it on Amazon for £9. Okay, let's give this a go. I did use this before, and I really liked it, but I am using it. Oh, you need to turn it on. I've used this once, and I'm squeezing it to get some more product out. Oh my god, that smell has memories, but I don't know of what. That's cute, right? Let's move on to the Elevated Glow Highlighter by Lisa Eldridge. This is £27. You get a lot in the actual product itself, and it has one of those applicators with a dip inside, so you need to do one dip and it stores the product in there, disperses it as it goes. And I love this highlighter. Oh, and the reason I applied the first one with my finger is because I know that this one goes on really well with a finger, and I wanted to apply them the same way. Okay, I don't know if anyone's going to get what I mean because I don't explain myself very well. But can you see how this one like fades out into the skin and this one is like stuck? And I put them, and they've both gone over powders, which I always do with my liquid highlighters anyway. But this one has blended a lot better and looks a little bit more like skin, whereas this one's kind of like, well, you put it here. Lisa Eldridge wins. It's going everywhere. I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to do mascara and lashes. I'm very confused. I'm very conflicted because this side looks kind of messy, right? And this side looks a lot smoother, a lot nicer. What do you think? Although the highlight is completely gone this side, I wish I could move the Lisa Eldridge highlighter to this side, and the eye is across. Yeah, what a strange and enlightening experience. Listen, let me know what you think below. Let me know if there's any like drugstore gems that you absolutely love and swear by. And let me know if there's some high-end things that you absolutely swear by. I would love to know. Thank you so much for joining me. Please give this video a big thumbs up and please consider subscribing. And I will see you very, very soon. Look at this. Bye.